Killer kids who will change the way you see children. Number 1. Jesse Pomeroy. This is the chilling story of Jesse Pomeroy, known as the Boston Boy Fiend. At just 11 years old, Pomeroy began torturing other children. During the winter and fall of 1871, he lured 7 younger boys into the local woods, tied them up, and brutally eat them using his fists, a belt, or even sticking pins into their flesh. Pomeroy had distinct features, a hair lip and one completely white eye, making him easily identifiable. Eventually, he was caught and sent to reform school, but was released after only a year and a half. After his release, Pomeroy's violent urges escalated to murder. His first known victim was 10-year-old Mary Curran, found dead in his basement in South Boston. Shortly after, the mutilated body of 4-year-old Horace Mullen was discovered near a marsh. When arrested at 14, Pomeroy coldly admitted, "I suppose I did," when asked if he killed the boy. He later confessed to having 27 more victims, with police finding the remains of 12 bodies in his old home. Pomeroy became the youngest person in Massachusetts to be convicted of first-degree murder. Killer kids who will change the way you see children. Number 2. Mary Bell. It's really no surprise that Mary Bell turned out the way she did. Her mother was a 17-year-old prostitute when she had Mary and was often absent from their home during Mary's childhood. Betty Bell, Mary's mother, married Billy Bell, although it is unclear if he was Mary's biological father. Billy was a habitual criminal, often arrested for robbery. The Bell home was located in the economically depressed Scotswood area of Newcastle, where domestic violence and criminal behavior were the norm. It's no surprise that Mary quickly began engaging in her own crimes, attacks on other children, vandalism, and theft. It didn't take long before Mary started searching for heavier crimes. Mary Bell committed the first of 2 shocking murders on the day before her 11th birthday. In May of 1968, Mary strangled a 4-year-old boy in a derelict house before leaving notes claiming responsibility in a nursery she and a friend had broken into. A month later, and joined by that same friend, Mary strangled a 3-year-old boy in the same area as the first killing. She returned to the body and carved an M into the boy's stomach, along with scratching his legs and mutilating his genital. Mary was convicted of manslaughter and released in 1980. She made headlines again after being released from prison and won a high court battle to have her own anonymity and that of her daughters extended for life. As a result, any court order that permanently protects the identity of someone is known as a Mary Bell order. Killer kids who will change the way you see children. Number 3. Jordan Brown. On February 20th, 2009, the then 11-year-old Jordan Brown murdered his father's 26-year-old fiancée Kenzie Houck, who was 8 months pregnant at the time. Her unborn son was also killed. While the soon-to-be mother was sleeping in her bed in their New Beaver, Pennsylvania farmhouse, Brown shot her in the back of the head using a gun given to him by his father. Houck's youngest daughter alerted nearby adults to the situation after Brown had gotten on the school bus. Police arrived later that day to find a shotgun in the house with the smell of burnt gunpowder. Jordan was interviewed by Pennsylvania State Police twice the day of the incident, before being arrested the following morning. It was later confirmed that Houck was killed by a youth model Harrington Richardson 20-gauge shotgun. Prosecutors speculated that Brown killed his stepmother because he was angered by the pending birth of a new sibling and was jealous about the attention his stepsisters received. Initially, Brown was to be tried as an adult, but was eventually found guilty, first-degree murder as a juvenile. In 2018, Brown was exonerated as the court determined that the evidence could have been planted by an unknown assailant, and thus was insufficient to find him culpable beyond a reasonable doubt.